Hello and welcome to the Family Office Network's webinar series. Joining us today is Andrew Schneider, founder and CEO of FON. Andrew is a leading authority regarding hedge funds and related services, and he was a founding member of hedge fund networks prior to Family Office Networks. Most recently, he has developed the platform discussed today, Family Office Market Place. At the end of today's presentation, we will have time for Q&A. Please use your questions chat option on the right side of your screen to submit your question. Andrew, I'll let you take it from here.
Thank you, Lindsay, and hello to everyone. For those up north, I hear you guys got a lot of snow, and I guess we're fortunate to be down here. So I'd like to just take a step back and first describe Family Office Networks, because I know there's some new people on this call that don't know who we are and what we do. So Family Office Networks is a company that I founded about 7 years ago. And we have the three verticals. Number one is we are a media company. We have a weekly family office newsletter that comes out every Thursday at 4 o'clock. We have a luxury newsletter that comes out every Saturday at 2 o'clock. We do webinars, we do high-end events, and we have a luxury magazine that I'll be showing you later, hard copies and an online version. We are a media company, and we also originate about a third of the news. Number two vertical is what I'm going to be presenting today. It is a technology platform that allows you to raise money from high net worth investors, family offices, but it also ties in luxury and philanthropy, and you'll see all that. So if you are in the asset management business or in fundraising mode, what I'm about to show you, there's nothing else out there like this. And again, all we're trying to do is make the process more efficient. So this platform is perfect for any asset manager or asset management firm. Again, anyone trying to raise money from family offices or ultra high net worth. And the last vertical is our broker dealer / RIA. So I own a broker dealer, and we're licensed. So that's basically what makes up Family Office Network. And again, I'm going to show the demo here as this platform. I started building it when the coronavirus hit, because the way we've been raising money has been setting up one-on-one meetings, doing private lunches, events, and we had a lot of success with that. But we had to switch our model with the coronavirus, and what we're doing now is even more effective because of our distribution. And really, that's, to sum it up, that's what we are. We are a distribution arm into the family office space, as well as the ultra high net worth investors. So that being said, let's go through the site here. So just to quickly start out, this site, there's about 80,000 to 100,000, we'll say, members of Family Office Market Place. This here is basically the demographics of what makes up our role. Average net worth, you can see, is around 50 to 100 million. Liquid net worth is roughly the same. All the demographics from gender, age, political donations, charitable donations, investment allocations, and then luxury. And luxury is something that we started about 5 years ago, because family offices are also the largest consumers of luxury products and services. So private aviation, art, yachts, jewelry. So by targeting luxury groups, we are able to broaden our distribution. There's only so many times you can go in talking about an investment product. We've been doing luxury because it helps us get in front of more people, build better relationships, and it's been great synergy. So what I'm going to start with basically is the account page. So when someone logs in, and everyone has a different page, basically, you have your inbox or mailbox. Basically, it allows you to send messages to family offices, to high net worth investors, and it goes into their FON Market Place email or mailbox. And then you get an email saying you have 2 or 3 unread messages in your mailbox. Now, typically the reason people come use Marketplace is they want to view family offices and the ultra high net worth investors, as well as luxury. And then we have our events, news, and message board, which is very important. I'll get to that in a second. So again, family offices are the most sought after type of investor right now. It's the highest end of the food chain, where you go from retail to high net worth to family office. And after that, it's institutions. So the sales cycle becomes much, much longer, and it's not relationship driven. What you're looking at here is not a list of family offices. This is my personal Rolodex. These family offices have provided us the information. They've attended our events. They've connected us, and they've invested in different deals we've shown. So again, these groups all know us. If you're, again, looking to raise money, you can go into investment prep. So if you're a biotech or a fintech play, and you want to see which family offices invest in that space, it makes it very easy. So for simplicity, we'll just say private equity. So you get a bunch of companies, family offices that pull up and open up each one, and basically it tells you more about what other investment interests they have, and a brief summary about the family office. Again, there's about 2,500 or so family offices. The real value, and this is where no one else has been able to do, is a high net worth listing. And let me define what a high net worth investor is for the purpose of this webinar. A high net worth person on this site is between $5 and $500 million and has no third party that we know of that's handling their investments, meaning that these are decision makers. Now, it's not a perfect system, but it is extremely effective. The data is not 100% accurate, but it's very accurate. And again, there's about 70,000 ultra high net worth people. These people have come to us, they've come to our events, they've filled out long questionnaires that I've designed, asking everything from net worth, liquid net worth, average size investment, areas of interest, etc. So high net worth, again, if I'm in fundraising mode, these are the easiest people to raise money from. You can search, obviously, by any type of location. You can do gender, but you can also search financials. So you can search by net worth, liquid net worth, annual income, real estate value. You could also search by luxury. If you want to see who owns an aircraft, who owns a yacht, who are the art collectors. And then philanthropy, we have probably maybe 25, 30,000 donors that have donated to philanthropy. So just looking at the individuals that made over $250,000 donation, this is there's 36 people on each page, and the number of pages is about 60. So you can, and again, these are all qualified people. The only thing that is off here are the photos. About half of them are real, half of them are stock images. We will have the rest up probably by Monday or Tuesday. So that's the only thing that is not accurate. But let's pick a let's do a search that we all know here. So let's go into zip code, and I'm going to do a simple one, 90210. And so again, if you're raising money, there's no events going on, absolutely nothing. Conferences are gone. So how is money being raised? And it's being raised on platforms like ours, and through mostly ultra high net worth and the families. So as you saw, I pulled up 90210. These are people in Beverly Hills, and if you click on any one of them, you'll see we have most of their personal email addresses. We'll have several phone numbers for each. Net worth, liquid net worth, annual income, the real estate value. He made a charitable donation of 25 to 50,000, a political donation of 1,500 to 3,000. So again, depending on where you're coming from. I mean, there's a lot of charities, for example, are using us to be able to get funding, and that's so to give you an idea. Charities right now, a lot of them are having trouble raising money because they, typically throw big events in dollars, and that's something that's not happening right now. Our philanthropies and other nonprofits getting access to additional money, and basically philanthropies or just any nonprofit lists on our site. We charge a listing fee, and we also include it in our magazine, which we're on our 5th edition. The magazine again is top of the line. It's the content is family offices and luxury. I kept the financial content away from this magazine so that we would be able to again draw in more family offices. If anyone would like a copy of any of these magazines, please send me an email after. I can send you hard copies, or you can access the magazine online. So just going back to our list here. Now, this is the probably the most important part to look at. If you are a issuer, a company that's trying to raise money, basically what we have done is we've created and streamlined the investment in a private placement, all done online through our platform. So basically, companies here that have been offering, so let's take this first one, and they're trying to raise $100 million. It's a debt deal, financial services, the industry. And if I click on invest now, it will actually walk you through the process for the issuer and for the investor, both uploading and signing documents. Money is put into an escrow account, and this is basically how our platform works. Again, I own a broker deal and I'm licensed. So in some cases, we also take a fee as well as just the listing fee. Will also take a now, what we do is we'll also make a lot of personal introductions. We have you do webinars there. So when I used to do lunches for clients a year, 2 years ago, we would do about 20 to 25 people on average, and out of that, maybe 5 or 6 check writers. And that was basically the best we were able to do until the coronavirus came, and we started doing webinars, which again, I never even watched a webinar a year ago. But instead of 25 people RSVPing, we probably have about 400 people on this call right now. So when it comes to fundraising, we're able to get a lot more people because most people are working from home or are quarantined or state you live in. So it's from literally having 25 people in a room to now having 300-400 people that you're presenting your deal from. It's somewhat of a qualified numbers. and everyone on our site goes through a rigorous registration process. No one gets on that's not and we're pretty good. So again, this is what the site was initially created for, to streamline the process, to make it easier, and to be able to do it online. That's what this platform is. By adding luxury products and services like private aviation and yachts and cars, this again allows us to have a lot more access with family offices because private aviation has been growing tremendously since the coronavirus. Now, we're not actually selling planes online. What we're doing is basically making the process more efficient. So we're taking, let's say, popular routes from Palm Beach to New York City. And there's two types of people that charter a plane. One is let's say, a family office that has their immediate family. They don't care if there's 5 extra seats. They don't want anyone else. Then you have someone like myself that I don't mind sitting next to 5, 6 people and talking. And so basically, we make that more efficient. Where if someone is flying to New York to Palm Beach and has 2 or 3 extra seats, all this gets done through our message board. And I'm going to tie all this into the message board in a second. So again, that's how we work with private aviation. We also, art, cars, jewelry, yachts, real estate. So, for example, with cars, and arts, most art galleries are closed, or people are not going. Most car dealerships that we know of that say exotic or expensive cars, they're not getting the traffic. So on our platform here, basically we charge a listing fee. If you're a car dealership, you want to list up to 3 cars, it's $1,000 a year. Up to 10 cars, it's 5,000, and then we have a bigger package after. The same with art as well. If you're an art gallery and you're trying to get in front of art collectors, we know who the art collectors are, but you want to show up more pieces, and so it really is. Again, we're connecting, the people in the industry, collectors, which we have the private collectors, and the artists and the galleries. And the same with private aviation. The same with yachts and other luxury products and services. Basically, again, this is why groups come to us. We also have other allocators. We have all the angel investors. We have the endowments, foundations, fund-to-fund hedge funds, and you can see the rest. You're a service provider. So if you are a law firm, an accounting firm, insurance, cost setting, what we do is we list you in our service provider directory, but we also make a lot of personal introductions for you, because we have so many issuers that want to list on our site. A lot of them need sometimes an auditor, or need a lawyer to redo their offering docs, or again, insurance, or any type of tax planning. This is a perfect platform to use, because you are able to search and contact the investors, both the high net worth and family offices. And the reason you can contact them is I have the pre-existing relationship. So you're not making a general solicitation when you're contacting people on this site. That's extremely important to understand that. So the way we get around that is, again, these are people that have come to us, right? Again, going back to the high net worth people, they filled out this information and they've given us permission to introduce them to different products and services based on what their objectives and goals are. So the message board is something that I put together in the last 2 months. And this basically ties everything in. We have about 10 to 15 some messages a day. Now, what is a message? Basically, before this call, I was on a call with a family office that that I was introducing a med device company to. And he said, Andrew, thank you. We're fully allocated to med device, but we're interested in biotech and oil and gas. But what we do is we would put up in our notes, Boston family office looking to invest in firms operating alternative energy. So the reason it's in green is that it's been verbally confirmed. So meaning that these family offices are actively looking. That's what the message board is, as well as this is where private aviation, we have where we connect again just flights. We use our message board. We use it to announce our events, to announce other events, to news in the industry. Again, it's the green messages that are worth a lot. Again, if you're in fundraising mode, this is the perfect site to do it. High net worth investors are by far the easiest to make a decision, and that's what you want, is access to the decision makers. So that basically kind of sums up the marketplace and the platform and basically how we operate. It's perfect for, again, any company trying to raise from 5 million to 100 million. We're a perfect platform. If you're looking for $1 billion, we're probably not the best because, again, we're doing ultra high net worth family offices. If you're looking to raise a small amount of money, this is also a perfect platform because you're able to contact investors knowing which ones invest in certain industries. And again, you're able to use my name. And that's one of the benefits about being a member of this platform. You can say, Andrew Schneider, did I give you a call? And again, because I have the pre-existing relationship, they're going to hopefully respond more favorably. And it's been working for years. So with that, I would like to kind of maybe just discuss one more thing and then kind of open it up for questions. It's our investment clubs. And basically, to give you a quick just kind of background here, we've been doing on average about 200 events a year for the last 6-7 years. And during these events, I've always had people pull me aside and say, Andrew, we love what you're doing, but do you do anything more intimate with less people? And, I thought about it for a while, and finally we launched several investment clubs that's open only to family offices. It is not open to anyone else. And we have the Palm Beach Family Office Investment Club that I run. We have the Houston Family Office Investment Club. We have the All Women's Investment Club. That's our fastest growing club out there. It's basically women investing in other women-owned or women-managed businesses. We have the Harvard Investment Club, and we've got, I think, the biotech and maybe 10 others. And again, this is really meant for family offices that want to meet with other family offices that are local in your area and to discuss everything from my events, in which we have one. We speak every Thursday at 4:00, which is later today. So our club meets once a month, and we look at deals, but we also discuss technology. We discuss philanthropy, vacations. So there's a lot more that these investment clubs bring, a lot more value than just to be able to co-invest alongside, which are able to negotiate better terms. So hopefully that gives everyone a lot more color on what we're doing, how we're doing it, and we've been very fortunate. We're having a lot of success. We have tons of references that have worked with us, that have raised money, through our process. And again, It's not rocket science. All we're doing is putting people together that have expressed an interest, and we have our own algorithms, and that's how we match basically investors to different opportunities depending on what they filled out and when they were filling out. So with that being said, I'd like to kind of open the floor to some questions, and hopefully this was helpful for everyone.
Again, yes, opening it up to questions to our attendees using your questions chat option on the right side of your screen.
Okay.
Let's see. Elliot does have a question. He's asking if one of our family offices would be able to, sorry, the echo in my ear is a little bit bad. One of his companies is looking for $3.25 million, and they're looking to see if any of our families would co-invest. So this might be a question that we can take offline directly with Elliot. But do you have any feedback specifically for co-investing with our families?
Sure. Co-investing is, I mean, that's basically what our niche is, where groups that retain us, they're looking for, if they're trying to raise 50 million, they're not looking for 100 separate LPs. They would like maybe 5 to 7 other groups to co-invest. Best way to do that is to list your offering, on our platform, and then there's a co-invest button where we can syndicate the deal to our other members or to other brokers we work with. So the best way would be to list your product on the site, and then with our algorithms built in front of as many qualified and ultra high net worth people as possible.
Great, thanks, Andrew. Next question. How do companies raising money join, and is there a fee?
The question, I'm sorry, can you repeat it, the question?
Yeah, the question is, how do companies that are raising money join, and is there a fee for them to join?
Okay, so basically, to join our platform, everyone's going to have to go through the same part, which is our registration. And basically, by joining Marketplace, it's a 4 or 5 step process. We ask a lot of questions, from your investment interest to your net worth, liquid net worth. You self-accreditate, and then we will verify that if we're executing one of the transactions on our platform.
Okay, perfect. Let's see, next question. What is the size of your family office database? How many? Question mark. And what is the average investment?
So the average size of family office, people say is 100 million. There really is no exact answer. Someone worth 200 million, but 150 of that is in stock in his own company they can't sell. Worth 200 million, or is he really worth what he's liquid? To kind of answer that question, most of the groups are between 50 and 500 million, and average deal size, it varies. If you take an income producing product with capacity, you're gonna have families put more into that versus a more of a high risk play, like a biotech in its first first or second financing round. So, there's a lot of variables, but this is where the high net worth people come, not just family offices, high net worth individuals.
Great, thank you. Next question. How many members roughly do we have in Europe? Do your members invest in Europe at all?
Yes, they don't invest in Europe. They invest in companies that are based in Europe. The demographics, I mean, we're definitely more overweighted domestic. I would say at this point we're probably about 75% domestic, 25% global. And our global presence will keep growing, but it's been we're much stronger in the U.S., but Europe and Asia we're growing.
Great, thank you. Let's see. Next question: How do we connect with All Women Investors Group if we would like to present an opportunity for them? A great interest to women, and how much it costs to come to be a part of your platform.
Sure. So the Women's Investment Club, and so the All Women's Investment Club, we have been limiting the clubs to, and Palm Beach we have only 9 members, and I felt 9 was a very good number because it's just through my family members and a few friends. It's not too many people where it's overwhelming, and it's not too few people. But with the All Women's, we probably have a lot more, probably at least 60 or 70. And if you're looking to present in front of them, they have monthly get-togethers, and at that time you can present in front of the Women's Investment Club, and you're going to negotiate your own terms. But it's a great way if you're a woman and you're or if you're a woman and you're an owner or managing the business. This is a great time for women to raise money because there are a lot of women out there that are investing in other women-owned firms.
Great, thank you. Next question. This is actually a question from Nicholas. Given the rollout of the vaccine, when do you hope to have face-to-face live FON events again in Palm Beach, including the Palm Beach Investment Club?
So great question, and not to get political in any way. Our events before coronavirus were always smaller niche events anyway. So if events are going to come back, they're going to come back the way we do them, which is not a conference with 500 or 1,000 people. It's more of like 15, 20 people. So I can't put a date or time on that. I think some people are comfortable going out, others are not. We certainly don't want to push or force anyone. So we're going to keep our face-to-face events limited right now until we see how this plays out.
Great, thanks. This is a great question as well. Do current members of FON have access to the marketplace?
So yes, they have access to the marketplace, but they don't have access to viewing the high net worth investors, viewing the family offices, contacting them. That's something that they would have to upgrade their membership.
Okay, great. Next question: how many transactions have you closed this year?
Family Office Networks is not a broker-dealer. So Family Office Networks or Family Office Marketplace is not a broker-dealer. So the answer is 0. Our broker-dealer, where we execute the transactions, we've done a bunch. I don't know the exact number, but we have tons of references that can really vouch for.
Great, thank you. What types of deals do you see converting the most?
Right now, I would say anything income producing with interest rates at historic lows. Anything again income producing is certainly in demand. You have real estate is always it's probably the largest holding of most family offices. you're seeing a lot of money going to VC funds, and taking advantage of this kind of post-corona. There's a lot of opportunities on the VC side. We don't advise our clients on it. We just introduce them to products that they tell us they're interested in. So we're not, in essence, selling the product. We're just making an introduction.
Okay, thank you. Next question. This is a great question. Do people making offering need to pay up front, or is the payment made when a transaction between allocators and issuers is executed?
So yeah, that is a very good question. And to answer that, there's two types of listings for issuers. We have you can list your offering on our site, and where it says invest now, it will say contact us. So basically, we charge a upfront fee because we have to onboard you to the platform. It means we have to do due diligence, we have to do the KYC, the AML, and a bunch of other things. So we charge a upfront fee. A lot of times we'll rebate or credit part or all of it back when placement fees start coming in. And so to answer the question, I guess there's two ways to list your offering. One is where we don't participate in any fee sharing, but you won't be on our platform. Investors will have to contact you and invest, not through our system, but directly with you. The reason groups want to use our platform is it makes it so much easier for families or high net worth to invest. Literally, you can do it while having lunch with someone, and you can do it online. It just makes it a lot more simple. So again, there's groups that don't mind paying success fees and want us to more actively help them market. Then so we'll tie in webinars, we'll tie in different press releases that we can send, and then our algorithms that basically we're looking at a financial service company here. Basically, any family office or high net worth person that said they were interested in fintech gets these deals put into their mailbox. So we make it very efficient and effective.
Great, thank you. This might be a little trickier of a question. How long does the average investment take in general?
How long does the average investment take in general? I'm not exactly sure what it means, the question, but basically, to actually go through the process may take 15, 20 minutes. In regards to raising money on our platform, I've seen people do it in the first few days. And then we've seen other groups, it may take a month or two, and then other groups won't have any success at all. The reality is, I've been doing this 25 years. And what I can say with complete certitude is good products sell themselves. And the ones that are not good just won't get much attention. We don't know until we put it out there and we start seeing the responses. Then we get a much better indication.
Great, thank you. So Andrew, that seems to be all the questions so far. Is there anything else that you would like to add?
Well, to kind of wrap it up, again, this platform was designed for any asset management firm that's looking to grow their book of business with family offices and high net worth investors. If you are an issuer, a hedge fund, a venture capital group, a private equity firm, a real estate fund, and you're trying to raise money, the best way is going after the high net worth investors and the family offices. If you're a private placement, we would onboard you to our platform, and It's also really depending on what side of the industry you're on. If you're a family office, the investment clubs become the best way to be involved. So again, this platform is really designed for a whole community, from service providers to family offices and other allocators to issuers and other types of groups trying to raise money. And that's basically, the summary of FON Marketplace. If anyone has any specific questions, my email is andrew@fonmarketplace.com, and I'd be happy to answer any additional questions or go into anything more specific, offline. And again, you're raising money, and and with no events going on, this by far is where you're going to get the best bang for your buck. And really, it's when you look at the cost versus what you're getting, in essence, in some cases, you're getting lifelong relationships, and that is of a lot. So,
We actually had a few more questions from through here. One question is asking if you can go over the services tab again and how one can list on there. So maybe walking through the listing process.
Sure. So it's about you go to register and you click on join family. So basically, this is just basic contact information. Then, depending on what best describes you to a different form, we have a different form for an asset manager, family office, service provider. Depending on what you are, you are going to get asked a bunch of different questions. But typically, a family office that goes on, we want to find out what their investment interests are, what their luxury interests are, if they donate to philanthropies. So again, when they log into their accounts, and a lot of times what makes them log in is they get an email saying you have 2 new messages in your FON Marketplace mailbox. Please log in to view them. And again, these messages are targeted for these investors because they're telling us what they like to invest in. We're just matching that up with the investment opportunities or luxury opportunities.
Great, and kind of adding on to that. So once, if someone wants to get listed, how many investors will see that deal, and how can the client track engagement with them?
So I look at it as a 2-pronged approach here. One is this platform allows you to be proactive, meaning that you can go start contacting high net worth investors, family offices directly. By also bundling a webinar in, again, we're getting a few hundred people on each webinar. To me, that means the number of real check writers only going up and up. So if we have 300 people, let's say that are on this call, there's probably about 50 to 60 real check writers. So I don't care about how many people see the funds or the investment opportunity. I care about quality and actually, targeted investors. But our network is about 70,000 people on this platform. So in essence, 75,000 could speak or could be our audience, but it's really targeted much more efficiently than that. I hope that answers the question.
Great, thank you. So next question, what does the cost to raise money at the entry level?
Cost to raise money. So again.
To engage with us.
Okay. So to engage with us, if you're an issuer trying to raise money, we charge standard listing of usually $20,000 to $25,000, and that That includes the due diligence, that includes onboarding you to our platform so that investors can literally invest. The second thing we do is we immediately set up a webinar for you because just the incoming leads, we don't know who's going to be interested at times. Like if we take a product, like for example, I spoke with a fund that funds law firms that do big class action. Yeah, so there's so many different types of structure. We just don't know who's going to be interested until we go out there and actively market it. So that's what it costs to list on our platform. But you also get access to the high net worth investors, the family offices. You get to have your investment offering on the site, and then we put that into different people's mailboxes based on what they checked off as investment preferences.
Great, thank you. And next question, which is a good question as well. Can the raise go directly to your broker dealer's platform without having to get listed on the marketplace first? Meaning, waiving the listing fee and only paying the success fee.
What I would simply say is there's probably other groups better than us for that. If you're looking to just work on a success basis, we don't operate that way. There's a lot of fixed costs when you own a broker dealer. There's liability, and we won't take something working on a success basis. I've been doing this too long, and the system we have now works, and we have enough groups that have raised money. And again, I don't know how else anyone that's listening to this, how else other people are going about raising money. But I've been doing this 25 years, and building this platform was designed strictly to raise money for almost every aspect of the asset management industry.
Great, thanks, Andrew. Again, that's wrapping up our questions for the webinar today. Everyone, Andrew Schneider, founder and CEO of Family Office Networks. We will be following up with all of our attendees today, myself and Andrew. So if you have any other questions for him, we would love to set up a call or connect after the webinar. Andrew, thank you for joining us today.
You bet. Thank you, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you.